Happy Arvo. Thank you for joining me. I've compiled some TikToks, guys. Mostly of people confused about Australia. For this one, I'm going to be the one confused. Because I saw this TikTok, I paused it before it played out, but it said this at the beginning.
This is how Australia collects their rubbish.
I actually thought this might be AI at first because of how perfect this lawn is and how short that grass. Is that even, that's not even real. Is that real grass? See, I don't know. But I don't think this is AI actually. Just the voice. But anyway, like what, is this going to be any different than how we collect rubbish? How everyone collects rubbish? There's the garbage truck. I'm curious though. It must be, considering this TikTok has a lot of likes. Anyway, let's do it. These are all linked down below, by the way. How does Australia collect their rubbish?
This is how Australia collects their rubbish.
God, it looks so clean. Yeah, that would be pretty standard. What about the other one?
This is how Australia collects their rubbish.
This guy says, I've never seen anything like that, except last Thursday in front of my house when the exact same thing happened in California. Confused American rant. Here we go. This should be better.
Okay, now who...
That was extremely disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. But the grass was very impressive.
was gonna tell me that every country has a national flag?
Sorry, what? Hold up. Is his sentence over?
As a national flag. I thought American flag...
Guys, I can't do this shit. I'm done. You guys can watch the rest without me. This man better redeem himself and all of America if you're going to say some shit like that and then record yourself saying it and post it online. Come on, dude. Tell me you're joking. Was this posted on April 1st? Maybe he's going somewhere with this.
Was like... I thought we were the only country that had an American flag.
Wait. Did I just pick up on an accent right there? I know this is probably major cope. But, like, is someone pretending to be American saying this? That would be funny. This guy does have a mullet. You know, he looks pretty Australian to me. Is this a famous AFL player, guys, trying to impersonate a stupid American?
Now, after living in Australia for, like, 3 or 4 months, Australia has their own flag. And it looks so cool. It looks way better than ours.
What? It's gonna blow his mind when he realizes the little flag in the corner is the British flag. Or I guess the United Kingdom's flag. He's like, whoa, this flag, I didn't know you could have more than one flag. This is cool.
And it looks so cool. It looks way better than ours.
That's not even an exaggeration of what he's saying. That's literally what he's saying.
Do other countries have flags as well?
You're fucking with me, dude. And you're... On one hand, I respect it. On the other hand, I'm pissed. The problem with America is I genuinely have no idea if this is satire or not. The worst part is we can't tell if this is a joke. Are we sure Harvard is actually hard, or is it just hard relative to the United States? I need to see some kind of, like, confirmation, like, haha, gotcha, something from this guy. I need to, or I'm going to have a crisis. Here, let me hear this other question. This is another TikTok. Doesn't have nearly as many views. Same dude.
question for all the Aussies out there. Do you guys have ping pong? I'm thinking that you guys don't even have ping pong since I've never seen an Australian person talk about it.
He's got a point. I actually have never seen an Australian person talk about ping pong either.
This is a question for all the Aussies. Why do you all have mullets? I see photos and videos of people on my TikTok.
Now, this is a genuine question, which just makes me even more confused.
This is a question for all the Aussies. If you're not an Aussie, keep scrolling. Why do you guys have such basic animals and plants? Like we have grass.
Now I know he's fucking with you guys now. There we go. I think I will consider that confirmation.
America. We have trees in America.
True.
We have dirt in America.
We have dirt. How basic.
So all this talk about the Australians having like stuff that can kill you, really I think the only thing that can kill me here is those big white birds with the big hooked faces. Those ibis birds, or I hear people call them rubbish chickens. So if anyone's had any bad experiences with rubbish chickens...
You know what? This guy lives in Australia now, so he's your problem. You figure it out if he's joking. Okay, here we go.
Broke in Publix and I'm forced to embrace the true Aussie lifestyle. Like, my flip-flops just broke in Publix.
My flip-flops just broke, she said.
And I'm forced to embrace the true Aussie lifestyle and go barefoot around a shopping mall. And I feel so out of place. I'm in Double Bay. Double Bay's a nice place. I'm wearing a bikini.
There's no better place for that, right?
Yeah, oversized t-shirt, no shoes. Like, this is actually embarrassing. Like, I know it's socially acceptable to not wear shoes in a shop in Australia, but that's like by the beach.
Wait till you come to America and you can wear pajamas and slippers to Walmart. And no one will bat an eye, which is probably not a good thing. You know, as a society, we've fallen a little too far, I fear.
I'm not by the beach. I'm like in the city again, so.
Okay.
But I've come into Woolies to try and get some super glue.
This is Woolies, huh? It's pretty nice in there. For all the shit you guys talk about, it looks pretty nice.
Later, and it's time for a haul. So I got my super glue, which was probably more expensive than buying UK Mott flip-flops anyway.
And they're called thongs. Now, what is that? 15 grams of protein in this little thing?
Looks gorgeous. And I found some plant-based chicken avocado sushi.
Chicken sushi?
Plant-based chicken.
Woolies sushi, huh? Confusing things about Australia. Here we go.
I've just relocated from South Africa to Sydney,
Okay, not American. Fine.
Australia, and this is confusing. I feel like I'm in an American movie. Like,
an American movie?
how are there no petrol attendants? Literally, like a comb, dude. There's no one here. You basically fill in.
I forgot that, like, attendance was a thing. That used to be a thing here in the States.
In the tank yourself.
It's kind of like you know, I just realized it's actually similar to self-checkout at grocery stores. You know, they just stop paying. They're like, why are we paying this guy to stand out here and pump gas for people? You know, we don't need to. Let's just make the customers do that job.
On how much petrol you want, and then you go inside and then you pay. Like,
okay, now that is nothing like America. So that's the opposite of America. Yeah, you pay at the pump here in the States. Like, you can't just get the petrol and drive off.
and I understand how you guys are so trusting. Like, why wouldn't someone just drive off? Like, the price of petrol is so high. Like, in South
Yeah, especially now, you're telling me. And this was 3 years ago.
Africa and in Sydney, the petrol price is ridiculous right now. What blew me away is the fact that Woolworths used to have a petrol station. Like, what?
Woolworths had a petrol station? That
Woolworths used to have now.
Sorry.
What blew me away is the fact that Woolworths used to have a petrol station. Like, what?
Okay. Yeah, that's not that weird to me. Like, oftentimes grocery stores have their own gas station here in the States as well. That's funny she says that she feels like it's an American movie. A lot of the Australians probably don't like to hear that. I don't know. But obviously Australia, more similar to the US than South Africa. Things in Australia that confuse me as an American. Perfect.
In Australia, that confused me as an American. So all of the power outlets, I would call it an outlet. I think I hear it more called like a PowerPoint here, where you plug in
PowerPoint, like Microsoft.
Things into the wall. They all have switches above them, so you can turn them off or on. So if it's off, like nothing will work.
Yeah.
I think it's like a safety thing. It's
But
a
it's
high
kind of obvious because it's like built into the panel. Right.
voltage here. Anyway, beside the point. Do you know how many times I don't realize that it's turned off and I plug my phone in, go away for an hour, come back, and my phone's not charged? Has this happened?
Yeah, that would actually be a disaster for me. Because that exact same thing happened to me the other day. But just because my iPhone cord broke, you know, as they seemingly build them to do, it broke again. And I didn't know it. And I plugged my phone in, and it didn't charge, and it died in the night. No alarm in the morning. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Does this happen to Australians, or you guys just always know? Flick it on.
Well, wouldn't you just, like, keep that switch on?
I mean, obviously, if you're like plugging it in, like you see the switch and you can, you know, tell to flick it on. But like if you can't see it and you're just like plugging in your phone next to your bed and the outlet's down.
Well, you can, I mean, usually I check if my phone's charging because, like I said, they seem to make the cords to where they just stop working. Or they stop working one way. You have to, like, flip the cord around the other way for whatever reason. So, like, you never know if it's going to work the first time. You're like, and it just works. Anyway.
On the ground? Like, do you forget ever?
I guess that's a little interesting. Wait, so in America, you've never just flicked the switch on and off to try and fix something that's not working? Oh, I didn't think about that. That actually is kind of convenient. For that, you know, 3 times a year that you want to unplug something and plug it back in to see if that fixes it. In Australia, you just... And yeah, the answer is no. There's no switch. Sarah said it perfectly. Thank you, Sarah. There's no switch. So, no. Although, if you want to get technical, there actually are switches sometimes for outlets here in the States. Usually they're for like floor lamps, and they'll wire up a switch to turn on certain outlets in the room. So that's even more confusing because it's not at the actual outlet. You'll be like, why are these outlets not working? And it might be that there's a switch on the wall somewhere like at the entrance to the room. That's not common, but it does happen. I've done that. That's why I put an automation on my iPhone to announce when it's charging. No way. It's kind of genius. My 10-year-old son has made it so when I jump in the car and it makes an announcement. That's funny. POV, you don't know if you're in Sydney or London. Liverpool Street. Well, it says Sydney down here, so okay, you guys have Liverpool Street in London. It's fun. And what do we got here? Hyde Park. Okay, I'll admit it. I don't know what that is. Is that like the Central Park in London? Is that bad that I don't know what that is? Because I don't. I'll admit it. Yeah, it is like the Central Park in London. Now I do know, guys. I'll never have to be embarrassed about that again. How time works in Australia. Now, I figured this guy's probably just bullshitting with me too, right? This is probably an Australian talking about some kind of drop bear type situation or hoop snake thing. Like, what do you mean how time works? Like, just because you guys are upside down doesn't mean that... Does the clock go backwards like the toilet?
How time works in Australia. 2:45, that is just 15 minutes to the closest hour. 2:15.
Yeah.
That is 15 minutes from the most recent hour.
Yeah.
Be there in a minute.
Same.
I will be 5 to 10 minutes. Be there
Okay, good to know. A mini.
in an hour. I will be there in 30 minutes. What time are you open?
All you have to do is take away the A at the end of any Australian slang word, and that's just the word. You know?
Until. What time do you close? Yesterday.
Wait, what?
Open till. What time do you be there in an hour? I will be there in 30 minutes. What time you open till? What time do you close?
Okay.
Yesterday is yesterday. Oh, like yesterday. That is 1 to 3 days ago. Yeah, like
What?
just the other day. That is 3 days to 1 week ago. Yeah, like last week. That is 1 week to a month ago. Oh, like a month ago? That is 3 months ago. Yeah, a couple of months back. That is 6 months
This is all the same as the States.
to 2 years ago. A couple of years. That is 2 years ago. Ooh, a couple of years, I'd say. That is 4 years ago. Oh, it's been yonks.
As you get older, a couple years ago means a longer and longer span of time. Like when you're 16 years old, a couple years ago is 2 years ago. But when you're my age, it means 5 years ago. Yeah.
That is 5 or more years ago. Yeah, back in the day, that is 10 to 30 years ago. How time works in a...
Fair dinkum. Good to know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.